Let's get this show on the road. The sun is beaming, okay? I'm out here in Norway and the sun is a hazard. I'm gonna need to put my sunglasses on in a minute, but I really wanna connect with you, you know what I'm saying? So welcome to the club. Yeah, by the way, if you can hear any noise, they're installing 5G everywhere, so yeah, it is what it is. Okay, my god, welcome to the club. Okay, welcome. This is Pretty Hustlers Club's channel and I'm the CEO. I wanted to come on here and show my face because on social media I'm not really on there and I don't want it to be about me, do you know what I mean? But I feel like I need to also make long form videos just to introduce the club and to show people what this club is actually about. And there's so many like long captions one can write. So welcome to the club. This is Pretty Hustlers Club, and this club was basically born from frustration. It's about, well, it's all in the name, isn't it? Pretty Hustlers. We're not strippers, okay? Anyone I introduce this name to, they're like, are you alright? Even my dad, he was like, I don't know. It sounds like, I'm like, I know what it sounds like, but I had all these other names like baddies and all this like whatever, and you know what, Pretty Hustlers Club had a nice ring to it. It's a club full of pretty girls that are hustling. Okay, now pretty is very subjective. Okay, you could be ugly, and if you say you're pretty, guess what, you're pretty. Who's gonna tell you you're not? You look them in the eye and you say, yeah, that's who I am. Are you gonna tell me I'm not? And literally I feel like that's the essence of the club. You have to really just be in your own journey and be about yourself. Do you know what I mean? You can't be asking for approval all the time. So Pretty Hustlers Club, we are pink obsessed, okay? Because we're trying to lean into our feminine energy, okay? And which is why I'm wearing this shirt, trying to represent as well, you know? And so yeah, it's about hustling, but it's not really that masculine type of hustling type of way that everyone is like familiar with. It's about hustling in a pretty way, okay? It's about alignment with the Lord. So it's the total opposite of what you would think. Actually, the Lord plays a big part in this, and there's no other way around it. The Lord is literally the answer to us hustling pretty and living pretty, which is the slogan. The slogan is live pretty, hustle pretty. And it's literally, let's get into it. So I have some notes. What is living pretty? Living pretty is basically just tapping deeply into your divine feminine, you know? You're picking flowers or you're buying flowers for yourself. You're beautifying your life. You're beautifying your home, you know? You have all these cute little plates that you use, you know? Or anything pink, like pink accents in the home. If you live alone, if you don't live with a man, and if you do, who cares, right? I feel like, you know, when I get married, I feel like I'm gonna have like pink bedding, okay? Just for like that time. Why? Because I feel really cute, and I'd like to have the feeling of him coming round to my, like, to stay around in my room type of thing. But it's actually our bedroom. So I've always wanted that feeling, like my boyfriend coming around to my house and just me treating him really nicely in my room full of pink stuff. So like, why can't it be our own room as well? Do you know what I mean? I hope you can see me because, oh my god, it's gone dark. We're gonna roll with it, okay? If you can't see me, you can't see me. I can't see you now because the sun is just beaming at me. So basically, that's what living pretty is. It's basically just living like a princess. You know when you watch them Disney movies and all the birds are following her and she just la 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 la, she's in nature. She's just very in tune with God's creations, and she only sees the beauty of life. She will have like the ugly stepsisters or whatever just bringing bad energy, and she's just like blocking it out. she's focused on her, and she's literally talking to the animals, or she's talking to herself, or she's talking to God, just to, you know, censor herself and just know, like, you know what, I know there's a better life outside these walls, you know, and I'm gonna stay in my delusion of happiness. And I hate the word delulu is a solulu, because you're not delusional, babe. You're tapping in, you're aligning yourself with the divine, okay, with God, okay? So it's not delusional. It seems delusional to them, okay, but you know what you're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? You're locking in with yourself. And those people, that's basically why I'm here. I'm trying to help everyone lock in, okay? Because I was going to say those people is for themselves, but really and truly, I'm trying to help women align themselves with the inner. That's how you're going to make money. But we're going to get to the hustle part after. Let's talk about living pretty. It's really, really tuning into yourself. It's being positive as well. That's what living pretty is. Pretty isn't a negative energy. I don't see flowers and think, oh my God. I see it and I feel good. Do you know what I'm saying? I see greenery and I'm like, I see the blue sky and I'm just like, it's a good day. I see the sun and I'm like, it's a good day. It's not a long day. It's a good day. So that's basically what living pretty is, and that's what we represent in the club through and through. If you check our social media, it's all about that. Going on gratitude walks, you know, being healthy, you know. I need to tell you about my journey, because I've really gone through a massive transformation, but we'll get to that. So yeah, that's living pretty in its essence. Hustle pretty, what is that? Once you've tapped into yourself, you've aligned yourself, and you're aligned to a point where you and God are talking like this. You're having meetings with God like this. By the way, if you don't know, I am Muslim, and literally I've started praying 5 times a day, and I'm literally like this with the Lord, to a point where I'm so in tune. When the sun rises, I'm looking out like, hi sun, hi, you know. Or I'll go jogging in the morning and I'm trying to basically race the sun, you know. I've reached a whole level of different type of consciousness. Like, it's beautiful, you know. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, you get to a point where God really speaks to you in everything you do. And in Islam it says you ask God about anything you want, even the type of shoes you want to wear that day. And trust me, that's what happened to me. I was going to go somewhere and I'm like, should I wear the white shirt or the pink shirt? And then I just had a thought come in and say, wear the pink shirt. And I'm like, really, the pink shirt? I'm like, I was going to go for the white shirt. I'm like, Camera is playing up with me, okay? The devil is a liar and a loser, okay? Let me just take a little water break. Lemon water with my lime straw. I'm gonna put the sunglasses on because, oh my God. So basically what I was talking about is the pink shirt versus white shirt. I literally was like, should I wear the pink shirt? Again, camera is messing up. I have like 2 terabytes of storage. I don't know what's going on with Apple right now that it keeps saying I don't have storage. Like, again, the devil is a liar and a loser, right? So anyway, pink and white shirt story. Pink shirt ended up actually being the best one, okay? And that's just a little glimpse of my life. I ask God about every little thing of my life. Should I go there? Should I do this? Every step, okay? And that is the biggest part of hustling pretty and living pretty, because you're living with ease. You know that everything is taken care of. You've asked God, God's gonna take care of it, you know? Especially when you're hustling pretty, you're like, should I do this business idea? Should I get this job? Should I apply for this job? Should I even apply for jobs? Do you know what I mean? God is gonna provide at the end of the day. If you just rest easy, and you have to trust in him. You have to actually, that's where the delusion comes from, because you actually have to trust in something. trust that it's gonna work out. Okay. And it usually does, you know, it usually does. God will never disgrace you. Just always remember that. Like, God is not going to disgrace you. Okay. Unless you deserve it. Unless there's a lesson that needs to be learnt there. But if you're all for God, he's not going to be like, do you know what I mean? Get up on it. Get up on it. Like, he's not going to do that. Human beings are like that. God is not like that. Do not associate him with human beings, because human beings are flawed. Okay, human beings will be talking rubbish about you behind your back and be smiling at you. All right, the sun's kind of gone down a bit now, and the quality's gone down a bit. It's gone from 4K to HD. Okay, just for this storage issue. But you know, God's a fashionista. God is everything. Wherever, he's an expert in everything. So you ask him about everything. Okay, even when I started getting into technology and AI and that kind of thing, I'm just like, you knew about this? You knew about this? You didn't tell me? Like, what's going on? He tells me everything, okay? I don't know how much. I don't know how many it takes. Sun is back out, but whatever. So, basically, God is in every step of my life, you know? I ask him about every little thing. And when it comes to, you know, making money and that kind of thing, I've kind of just let him take the wheel on it. I want it all to be halal money. I don't want to do anything that's I don't want to sell out. I don't want to, do anything that's going to have repercussions or any kind of dirty money, So you want to bring God into it, and you want him to make all the decisions that you basically just don't know what to do, like the decisions that you can't make, you can't decide, you don't know nothing about. And basically, in this world now with technology and everything, AI and artificial intelligence and divine intelligence, the two combinations are absolutely golden, because now you can literally work 10% at a time, and you let God take the wheel and you let AI take the wheel. Okay, that's the new business model. Okay, so basically, you're living pretty, you're hustling pretty, you're not stressing. Okay, you're not stressing, you're not clocking in where you don't want to clock in. Okay, I'll talk more about my journey later in another video, because I went from clocking in, doing all kinds of jobs just to make money, getting treated anyhow, just to and stomaching all of it just to pay bills, to a point where I was just like, you know what, we're done. We're not desperate for money like that, and we can't be around negative environments. Do you know what I mean? We gotta go. I don't care what happens. I don't care if I'm homeless. I am not doing this no more. I know the Lord don't want that for me. Because what's going on here is a whole lot of you problem. Maybe they need to check in with Pretty Hustlers Club so I can reset their mindsets. So that's basically what the next phase of the club is. Currently, we're selling like cute device products, like device cases, laptop cases, phone cases, and that kind of thing. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're also selling notebooks and like cool t-shirts and things like that, tumblers, just all these cute little things that you would need in your pretty hustling if you're like a tech girl, which I want everyone to start moving into. Okay, start making money online. Okay, you need to have your laptop looking cute, your phone looking cute, all the money making devices looking cute. So they're called Pretty Hustler kits, and it's just really cute designs that I design myself, and I sell those. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Really and truly, I want to open an LMS, which is like a language management center, and is basically where I'm going to be launching all my courses, and those courses are going to be about realignment, doing a whole bunch of inner work and teaching people how to make money online, women preferably, because I am basically dedicating this to women. This is a female business for females, so yeah, it's going to be very big. How I see the club, I see it as a very big, like, academy, ministry, just everything, you name it. It's just going to be absolutely massive, and it's going to really change women's lives from the inside out. Because on the internet these days, you see a lot of do this to make money, do that to make money, do this and you get this. But there's a lot of inner work that people are missing out on. A lot of these millionaires, a lot of these entrepreneurs, they're very tuned in. They're meditating. They're jogging in the morning. They're having a moment of silence. They're tuning in, you know. All that is what makes them, whatever outcome they get, is like big money, big yields of whatever they're doing, right? But they're not talking too much about it. And if they do talk about it, it's like, what are you talking about? Can you explain that properly? What do you mean? They'll just touch on it and then they'll move on. Like, no, really get into it, because that's where the money is actually at. So I want to actually I'm currently creating a course actually, which is really breaking it all down. Okay. And like, no, I'm not a millionaire yet, but I will be, you know. This is almost like a documentary of how things are going to end up. This is me following my own course, my own, you know, sort of, not my own rules, because really and truly it's downloads from the Lord. The Lord is telling me what to do, and I'm applying it to myself. And when I see that it works, I then sort of present it to you guys, for you guys to obviously experience that same experience and learn the same things as well. Because I'm not a gatekeeper. Okay, if I feel like, oh my god, this is revolutionary, I'm bringing it to the club, because at the end of the day, that's basically what it's that's basically what I'm here to do. That's basically why I'm doing this, you know. Okay, let's talk about the origin story of Pretty Hustlers Club. You might as well go into the story. I've deleted a whole bunch of stuff now. I literally had to go and delete a whole bunch of stuff, and it's, you know what, it's like the family group chat on WhatsApp that's been sending me a bunch of whole, like, politics videos. I literally had to clear them all out. If you know, you know. So anyway, origin story of Pretty Hustlers Club. It all started when I was just getting so frustrated. Like, I was, you know, here in Norway, when it's winter, like, it's winter, I'll be leaving my warm bed, my warm house, out in the cold, trekking. You know that song? That was literally me, like, going to work. And like, the bus stops here are very far apart, because where I live in the rural ends. I don't live in a city, okay? So I'm trekking to work, and you know, cool, it's fine, it's good exercise, whatever, therapeutic. Put my earphones in, I'm listening to Drake, it's fine. But like, the environment, you know, the environment was really toxic, and it didn't matter which workplace I was in, because I moved to at least 3 different workplaces, 4, and they all had negative energy. Now, I don't know what it is. I believe it's something to do with Norway, because I was not beefing no colleagues in England, okay? I was not beefing nobody, all right? And if we were, we're gonna have it out, and it's gonna be another day, right? Here, I just feel like everyone is just more upfront. Cool. They're not upfront, actually. They just like to talk ish. They talk a lot of ish. And then to your face, you can just sense, you can just feel the negativity, you can just feel the fakeness, right? And they close in on you somehow with it. So you're just like, what is this I'm feeling? And then you're like, right. Because someone will tell you what they've said. And that's what happened. Someone told me that someone was lying on me. I said, I bet, let me confront them. They don't do confrontation here in Norway. They don't do confrontation. Okay, but you can talk about me, but you don't want to talk to me about it. Well, I'm gonna bring it to you. And that's basically what happened in every single workplace. Like, I'm beefing this person, beefing that person, because they're lying on me. So I was backing myself up, because I remember walking home and just saying, Hannah, they're lying on you. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? This is where you have to stand up for yourself. This right here, if you don't cross this bridge, then everything we're doing, you're not ready for life, to be honest. You're just not ready for life. You can't even defend yourself in the workplace. Like, what are you doing? So I had to literally stand on my 10 sturdy toes. Okay, by the way, these are grown ass women, by the way, and I was just like trying to find evidence of where they're getting the information from, and they were all denying it. Anyway, long story short, it got to a point where my last workplace, it was like everybody against me, and it was just like, if you have a problem, darling, just come out and say it. Say you don't like me. Say you think I'm cute and you hate it. Say I'm always happy. I know what I'm doing all the time, and it's rubbing you up the wrong way. Be honest with me, baby. Okay? Because lying about me, creating issues, I don't like. You think I'm not going to say nothing? What do you think I'm going to do? Just sit here? And I'm not problematic. I'm the type, like, I will see what's going on, and I'm just like, we're just going to let the Lord deal with it. But sometimes you just got to come into their face and be like, listen, you think you don't know what you're doing? You think I'm going to say I don't say anything? Or we're going to have it out today. We're going to have it out today. Okay? And so, basically, it got to a point where I was just like, right, we need to wrap this up. I can't keep hopping and jumping to different workplaces, and it's the same issue, you know? And, you know, the conclusion of that is I'm too pretty for the workplace. I'm too pretty for the workplace. Okay? I can't, and the thing is, all those jobs were temporal anyway. I wasn't trying to be there for a long time anyway. And I'm just here to make money. And it came to a point where the money wasn't making sense with the type of energy I'm facing. I'd leave the workplace and my shoulders, I'd just be like, like I just need to just woosah. And I didn't realize how tense I've been for the whole 7 hours I've been in there. When I leave the building, I'm like, I can just relax. I'm thinking, I've been tense for so long in there. I'm not with that, man. I'm sorry, I'm just not with it. And trust me, I'm not the type to pussy out. I'm not like a Gen Z who don't want to work. Mate, I've been hustling since I was like legally able to do that, right? Fending for my family, you name it. They know me, I know them, all right? I'm there for them. But it came to a point where it was like, guys, I'm about to clock out for real. I'm about to clock out. And so I clocked out. I said, you know what, wherever will be, all right? But I can't, this ain't it. This ain't it. And even my brother was telling me, like, and he was studying the Quran, he was in Mauritania, and he was like, you know what, the Lord don't even want you stressing the way you're stressing. Like, you're doing too much. You need to actually relax. Rest in your feminine energy, like, relax. And I'm just like, you're right, you know. I don't know what you're talking about right now, because bills have to get paid, but I resonate with that. I like the way you're talking. So that's where Pretty Hustlers Club came in. It came out of frustration. I wanted like a whole community of women where we can just frustrate our frustrations about the workplace and how we just hate working and how we, you know, at least work from home. You know, I'm cool with that, you know, but dealing with people, and especially when they're just problematic, they're just negative energy, left, right. I can't deal with it. Not every day. Oh my God, I can do maybe 1, 2, and 3, and I can, you know, stand up for myself here and there, but oh my days. Nah. Something's going on at home that you're bringing into the workplace, babe. And it's just seeping out and it's affecting me. It's affecting me. And even now, like, with my high level of consciousness that I am now, everything is so sensitive to me now. Now I don't even hang around with all the people I used to hang around with. No offense, guys, but like, I went in solitude, and we need to talk about that later. I went in solitude, and I still kind of am, okay? But I'm actually going to be traveling tomorrow, because of like a bachelorette party. It's all like, you know, reasonable reasons. But I've been in solitude, and my energy, I'm so sensitive to other people's energies now. How is it going to be now? Now I'm just going to be like, stop. All this energy, bag it up and take it elsewhere. Honestly, I don't want to hear it. Respectfully, You can get out my face with it. And that's literally how I feel like I'm gonna be, because I'm so sensitive now. I'm so sensitive to energies now. Like, I don't want to hang out. If now it's like, if it's causing me stress, I'm gonna need an hour. I'm gonna need a minute. Okay. If I can't do, I saw something on Pinterest about dysregulation and regulation. If your to-do list, if you can't do it with ease and regulation, like with what's the word I'm looking for? Just with ease, with relaxation, take a minute and put it aside. Like, you can't be stressing. All that cortisol or whatever the hell is going on, you can't have that flowing in your bloodstreams. Take your time with ease. Take it easy. You want to be in a state of peace when you're doing, all the things that you love. All of this is working towards your goals. It can't be stressful. It can't be stressful. Okay? And you can't do too much. You will burn out. All this burnout energy, all this, like, no. Just no. It's not me at all now. Like, it's just not me at all. If I don't want to go somewhere, I'm not going. And I was the type of person, like, I will go because it's the nice thing to do. Now I'm like, how does my energy feel about that? How do I feel about that? Okay, I feel good. Okay, I'm going to pull up. If not, babe, it's not happening. And I don't care anymore. I used to be very much like, I hate the word people pleaser. I hate it. It triggers me. But I kind of was like that, I wanted everyone to be happy. Because if everyone's happy, I'm happy. And I'm still like that. But I had to just set a few boundaries, because I'm going to always make sure people are good. That's just who I am. But I feel like boundaries needed to be set, like, in terms of how I feel. Okay? I come first. And then we can talk about what's going on with you. You know what I'm saying? And then I can cater to you. Alright? But me first, right? Because I'm the energy that I'm the one that's giving the energy. So the energy needs to come from a good place. Right? But anyway, all of that, we'll talk about it in depth as we go. But this is the essence of Pretty Hustlers Club. Okay? We are finding pretty ways to hustle, stress-free hustle, and we're making big yields. We're trying to make big money. We've got big things to do. We've got people to save. We've got charities to... I don't trust charities, okay? So I recommend you do something directly, okay? You go to your local neighborhood, give money, or if you know this charity is trustworthy, put your money there. But we're trying to do the Lord's work, and it requires a lot of money, right? So whatever businesses that we're doing, whatever side hustles or whatever you guys are interested in, because it depends on your expertise and your wishes and your dreams, right? And then we can cater to that. But whatever that is, it needs to make big money. Okay, we're not hustling for chicken change, as my mom says. Chicken change is like, it's nothing, right? We're trying to make big money, okay? And you have to align. It needs to come from a good place. Everything, the source needs to all come from the good place, okay? And so, yeah, the first course is going to be about inner work, mindset reset. It's called Rooted. And rooted is when we stick you in the soil, okay? Whether you're a seed or you're already a plant that just needs good soil, we're going to stick you there, get you rooted, water you up, okay? Put you in a beautiful environment where you can flourish, basically. And then after that, we can talk about how to make money for real. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. There's so many ways of hustling now. There's so many ways. And you have to choose one and then build. You can't just... it's too much out there. And you will be like, well, okay, let me just not do anything. How about that? And we don't want that. So, step by step. But first, let's really take care of the inner work. Okay? Prioritize that. Okay. But, yeah. Hopefully, I was able to get things across. This is actually my first video from the club. I actually do have a personal channel talking about me traveling around Norway. If you see it, you see it. If you don't worry about it. Okay. But I'm gonna be doing videos on here because I feel like the club needs to have a community on YouTube, which is more like a long form situation. People can really feel, you know, they can really feel me, you know, feel the message. And if you resonate with, okay, cut off again, but I would just like to say, you know, if you resonate, I would just like to say basically, if you resonate with whatever I said today, then please join the club. There's going to be more about all of this coming up, you know, and I will be better at talking as well, because right now I'm just like la, 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 la. But yeah, join the club and let's get started. Let's make some money, and let's actually live in harmony and peace as well. So thank you. That's it for me for now. You'll be seeing me again. Okay, take care.